Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with me today. Today's topic is going to be on the presidential election. I did a video a couple of months back, I believe. And I stated in that video, and I'll put a clip of it here, that Donald Baby Orange Man was not going to win, but they were going to be cheating and causing delays and calling into question all of the votes and whether or not the votes are accurate or whether or not he's been cheated. There are going to be delays around the election, and that was shown in the reading by the Five of Wands at the end in the outcome, and him losing was the Ten of Swords. So I want to take another look at that, because I looked at that video and I saw that it means he's not going to win, and that was the question. But I thought about how he originally became president anyway. He did not win the election. The Electoral College gave him the win. So in thinking about how he actually became president and this up and coming election in a few months here, the cards showed me he's not going to win, but they are going to be contradicting every decision that's been made. They're going to try to stall the decision of him leaving, because I clearly saw that he did not win, but that was the wrong question. I should have been asking, will he be the president? Because he did not win the first time, and I'm wondering if we're going to have a repeat of 2016 again in 2020, where he did not win the popular vote. He won the Electoral College. Now, I'm not going to go into a dissertation about the Electoral College. If you don't understand how it works, go look it up. It's pretty interesting. But this has become an issue in this country when it comes to elections since W. Bush. And it may have happened prior to that, but it's been really in the forefront since W, because both of his election wins were based on the Electoral College and not the actual vote counting from the American people. Now, we've been led to believe that we elect presidents, but we've been shown many times over, and Baby Orange Man is an example of that, is that that's not necessarily true, that we elect the president of the United States. So with all of that being said, I think I may have asked the wrong question in the first video, but I was answering an email question that I had received, and that was the way the question was worded to me, was, will he win the presidency? And so that's how I posed the question. So today I'm going to pose the question of, will he be the next president? I mean, he's currently the president, so if he wins again, he'll be the next president. So that's how I'm going to pose the question to the cards today. And I'm going to also do a past, present, and future to kind of give some clarification, some clarity on the reading. So let's go to the cards and see what they have to say about, will Baby Orange Man, number 45, be the next president of the United States? Will Baby Orange Man, number 45, DJT, will he be the next president of the United States? And I would like to take a look at his past, present, and his future. Past, present, and future for Baby Orange Man. There is so much changing every day with what is going on. And for those of you, what say you card, who know anything about tarot takes a snapshot of things. Now, depending on what is done with that information after it is given, or after it is exposed, or after it is received, can determine, based on the actions you take or others take, whether or not they stay in that same alignment with what they learned from the tarot reading. So we have so many entities, so many energies at work here. On the Democrat side as well as the Republican side, we have so many energies at work here. It can make it very difficult to pin down anything or see a clear path. And I have seen nothing but smoke and mirrors, whether I'm reading on Joe Biden or whether or not I'm reading on Kamala Harris, or whether I'm reading on Baby Orange Man. I have seen so much smoke and mirrors, so much deception, so much it's this way here, but then it's that way, which again, when you have contradictory information like that, it is a clear sign that there is deception going on. It's a clear sign that there is a veil in between the truth and what is false. And so it makes it difficult to see clearly what is going on here, or what is going to take place. And it does take some work to do that. So I just wanted to add that little bit here for clarification. But I'm going to do a past, present, and future. So past, present, and future for 45. And let's see if this provides any clarity or if it just causes even more confusion. Alright, so in the past, Page of Coins. This is new energy, childlike energy, being creative, having a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts, and we can see that as being true for him. As being creative, whether it be negative or positive. Now, just because something is creative doesn't mean it's positive. Just like a new beginning doesn't mean it's going to be a good beginning. But this was his past, and we can see that reflected in him because that time has passed and we have something to go on. Now, presently, the Eight of Cups here. The Eight of Cups is you put a lot of work in. You're going to have to leave some things behind. You may have some regrets about what you've done, but there is a path forward for you. You can see that here. You can see that a lot of things have been left undone. A lot of work was being put in, and I mean work as in things being done, things being maneuvered. Not necessarily work as in a job or anything like that, but you can see there's a lot of undone things here. There's the mop in the corner. There's dirty dishes in the sink. You can see the moon is out, so it's clear that you're not seeing clearly right now, not sure what to do. You got a pile of dishes here. The ironing board is set up over here where you were attempting to do some laundry. Your head is down, so you have invested in something, a lot in something, and you're having to turn your back on it. You put a lot of work in. That is where he is presently, and I can also see that because we can gauge this on what we are looking at right now for him. All right, now his future shows the sun. This is light being shined on something. This is a new energetic energy. This is a new idea. This is a new path forward. So as far as these cards here are concerned, he has a bright future ahead for him. Now, looking at what we know and what is transpired, you probably would not think that. But again, in the future, this means light can be shined on things that you've done, but it also means it could be a fresh start, a new start. It means that walls could be torn down, getting a new direction on something. So that is his past, present, and future. Now, I'm going to put these aside here so that we can do his other spread here. All right. Okay, so now I want to take a look at, now what just fell over? And I got my cards up down, but we just had a jumper here, the Six of Wands, which is moving on to calmer waters, moving away from a situation, leaving leaving stuff behind, just like in his present situation with this Eight of Cups here. Six of Wands is moving from troubled waters onto something calmer, moving away, travel, leaving is also represented by this card. All right. So the question is, will Baby Orange Man, number 45, DJT, be the next president of the United States? And that is what we are going to ask. Okay. Will Baby Orange Man be the next president? All right. At the center of the question, which is, will 45 DJT Baby Orange Man be the next president of the United States? And at the heart of the matter, we've got unknown. So, based on this, we don't know yet. But I'm going to go ahead and lay the other cards out. There's still a lot of mysteries. There's still a lot of unknown. And it's interesting how when I started this video I indicated that sometimes there's so much going on that it's hard to get a clear answer because there's so many working parts going on at the time. And so this is a clear indication that there is lots of mystery. There is lots of unknown information going on. There is even magic at work because the High Priestess is a major arcana, and this is the card of psychic abilities, intuition. So there is some, how can I say this? There's some flim-flam going on here. There's some things being done under the table in the back smoke-filled rooms. There is so much going on right now. And there's a lot of confusion right now at the heart of this thing. They're not sure what to do because there are so many things at play right now. We have the virus going on. We have the dollar being devalued. We have the potential for the U.S.'s credit rating being devalued. We have unemployment at record highs right now. We got abilities for people to be able to afford their rents and their bills and things at record numbers. We got the homeless population bursting at the seams. We got the U.S. having pulled out of many deals that were previously made between other countries. We've got other countries trying to be their own sovereign selves, but the U.S. is trying to intervene. So again, there are so many things going on that we don't know about. And this card at the center of this reading is about as plain as you can get with that. All right. How did we get here? This is the Five of Swords. How else did we get there? With true brute strength. Where are we headed? This is government. This is hierarchy. This is control. What is the final outcome? Magician. All I'm going to say at this point with what I see thus far is that this thing could go either way, guys. There are some things at the center of this that we, the people, are unaware of that are attempting to unfold. And because of that, this thing could go either way. It is depending on so many other dominoes lining up as to whether or not 45 Baby Orange Man will be the next president. So, and here's an example I can give you. If certain things line up that would make it beneficial to the United States for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to be president, then he will be president. Now, if certain things line up in a way to where it is beneficial to the United States for Baby Orange Man 45 to remain the president, then he will be the president. So there are some backroom, and when I say backroom, I mean serious backroom deals going on that we the people do not know. But the point I was making is, here we have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is about tradition. This is the way it's always been done. It is, in this type of system, you have the leader and you have the followers here. And right now, the followers are not where the leaders want them to be. Right now, the followers need to be in a submissive role, and right now they are not. And the things that have been put in place are not causing the effect that the leaders thought that they would cause. So here we have the tradition, the hierarchy, the government, and we have the magician. That's where this thing is headed. This is the final outcome, is the magician, which means this thing could go any way. It could go one way or the other. So you have to ask yourself the question then, will it, I won't say it won't matter, but what does it mean? What does this mean? That if certain things line up, then it'll be good to have Biden. If certain other things line up, then it'll be good to have Trump. But yet we're going to the polls and voting. So the magician here in the outcome card can be reflected also in this sun card here, because this is new beginnings. This could be something new being made, being conjured up. This could also represent manipulation. And so this can also be new starts, but this can also be the light being shined on the things that have been going on. So, and this was in Baby Orange Man's future. So this could be the light being shined on what he's been doing. And it could be a new beginning for him, not in a positive way, but in a negative way. And so because we have this magician card here in the outcome, tells me that this election could go either way. And I don't think that we will know specifically until the night of the election, because that may be when the decision is made, if they cannot come to an agreement beforehand. So these folks are all working together here. I'm going to ask for clarification here on this magician and see what I get here. So clarification on the magician. Clarification on the magician, please. Because right now the cards are not giving a definitive answer. There is still too much unknown information here. So the cards are not showing me a clear answer, because there is so much deception going on right now. But again, like I said, this card jumped out here. This is going to calmer waters. This is taking your stuff and leaving. That may be his frame of mind. He may want to leave. And the other thing is, before I do that clarification, is how did we get to this where we got all of these mysteries and all of this unknown information? Is because the system has allowed to the winner to win at any cost by sheer strength. And that's how we got to the unknown here. Is sheer strength. It's almost like a military force overcoming someone just because they were outgunned. And that's kind of where this is right now. Is we've gotten to this unknown situation by sheer force being used in elections previously, by sheer force. Whether that force be by physical guns, physical threats, or whether that be with money, sheer strength, sheer power to buy these people off, or to physically threaten these people to do what you want them to do. That has been in place long before Baby Orange Man. And so that's how we got to this unknown place here. So with that being said, I'm going to ask for clarity on the Magician. I feel like I'm going to get a clear answer here. On the Magician, that is, on the outcome. And I got my cards upside down. So I'm going to turn those over. Okay. So yeah, this thing is upside down. There's so much deception here. So much deception here. But like I said, you know, the Six of Swords in his that jumped out, and this card right here go hand in hand. I think he may want to walk away, but he can't. I think he may want to walk away from this, but he can't. I don't think he really ever wanted it. Alright, clarify the Magician, please. What say you, cards? Clarify the Magician. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This right here is money. This Magician has to do with money. So the government, corporations, religious institutions, traditional ways of doing things is involved in conjuring up, getting enough money. So it may be they haven't gotten enough money to do what they want to, because this is a new stream of income, a new stream of something physical. Is it physical land? Is it physical real estate? Or is it physical money, or a combination of the two? Because pentacles represent all of that. And that is clarification here on this Magician here. And the Two of Wands. They're trying to decide what direction to go, which is exactly what I said earlier. Which is, this thing could go either way. There is still not enough information for them to decide which way this thing needs to go. So they are still mixing and conjuring and manipulating things to figure out whether or not Joe Biden would be the one that they need to put in place to get the outcome they want, or whether Baby Orange Man 45 is the person they need in place to get what they want. They're not sure which one of those is going to give them the outcome. Now, let's see. Now I'm going to do something else here that just came to my mind. Alright, we're going to leave these here. Now, I want to know what is the outcome that they, y'all know who the they is, the powers that be. What is it that, what outcome are they hoping for? Alright, Spirit, you know who the they are. What outcome are they hoping for? What is it they're wanting that they still can't decide? They haven't been able to manipulate enough just yet. What is the outcome the powers that be that are driving this election, this system, what is the outcome that they're looking for? What is the outcome that they are looking for? What is the outcome that they are looking for? What is the outcome that they are looking for? What is the outcome that they are looking for? What is it that has not happened yet that they are waiting to happen? The King of Cups. The King of Cups is the outcome they're looking for. This has to do with emotions. So the American people are not in the emotional state that they want them in. The King of Cups is all about emotions. Being in control of emotions. What else can you tell me? What is their outcome? Lord have mercy. We got another King of Swords. Being in control of the communication. Being in control of the forces. Like the strength. What strengthens people? Being in control of communication, being in control of the forces like the military, the police departments, the governments, oh my, I think I see it now. Okay, what else can you tell me, cards? What else are they wanting? The Emperor. The Emperor is dominance, control, being able to get things done the way they want it done. There we go. There we go. There we go. Anything else? Anything else? Can you tell me about what it is that the powers that be want? What is it? What else is it that, what else? The outcome that they're wanting before they make their decision. The outcome that they are wanting before they make their decision on who the president will be. What is the outcome that they're wanting? What has to be in place before they make that decision? The Five of Swords. They have to be able to win at any cost. And that's what they're going to do, is to win at any cost. If that means they tear the country down, if that means they tear the world down, that's what they're going to do. So the answer to the question, and I know this has gone a little long, but the answer to the question is, we got here, the Five of Swords. Win at any cost. Take something that doesn't belong to you. Turn your back on the people. Use your sheer strength to get what you want. Manipulate the people till they get to where you can control their thoughts, their actions, their minds. And you're going to do whatever to get this, and you got it by sheer strength. And because you got it by sheer strength and no concern, we are right now in this position of unknown. We don't know who the best person is going to be. They don't know who the best person is going to be to fulfill the outcome that they want, which is why this is at the heart. Now we have the Hierophant, which is basically government, law. This is the This is the church, a large church organization, which would be like the Catholic Church or something like that. Religious, well, I won't even say the Catholic Church. The religious institution, the institution of religion. And they're going to use the institution of religion, they're going to use the law, they're going to use government to manipulate to get the outcome that they want. But right now, they're not sure what they need in order to get what they want. So that's why when I asked for clarification on the magician, I got the Two of Wands. Because they're not sure which way they need to go. They're not sure if they need to go this way or this way to get what they want. And what they want is a new stream of pentacles, which would be resources. How are we going to get that? Who's going to be the best candidate for that? Who's going to be the best person to fulfill those things for us? Because obviously there's some new things in play that they did not anticipate when this whole little game that they're playing started, when they put Baby Orange Man in there. So they are unsure whether or not they want to keep him in, whether they want to keep him in, or whether or not they want to put somebody else in there. And if the somebody else that has been selected would be the best person to bring them the new resource stream that they're looking for. Now, what is that new resource stream would be a good question to ask. And so I asked, what is the outcome that they're hoping for? Why is there so much uncertainty about the person? It's because they want to be able to control how people think, how they feel. They also want to be able to control the forces that help them, because swords represent forces. Swords also represent hostility, injury, accidents, things like that. Swords or communication, which again, they want to be able to control how you think, what communication you hear. And further, they want to be all dominating. This is the Emperor. I control everything. I got this. Y'all don't need to think for yourself. I'll tell you how to think. I'll tell you what you need to hear, what you need to listen to. I'll tell you how you need to feel, who you need to like, who you need to dislike. That's what this is about. And they're not for sure that they have the right guy in place, and they are going back and forth, which is represented here by the Two of Wands, between which one of them it's going to be. And that's why I'm having a hard time trying to determine who it is. I know we got people out there saying, well, we just waiting on Trump to go because Biden going to be the new president. Well, there is no guarantee that Biden is going to be the new president. Now, that's what I see here in my cards, and I trust my cards. I'm not just pulling this out of my behind. I'm showing you and I'm telling you what I'm seeing in the cards. We have the Five of Swords here also, because they're willing to win at any cost. Now, if you want to be the Emperor, you willing to win at any cost. You don't care how many people die. We're looking at that right now. You don't care how many people die, how many people get sick, how many people are on the street, how many elderly people can't afford their medicines, how many people don't have enough food to eat, whether or not we have clean drinking water, we have clean air to breathe. You really don't care, because your ultimate goal is pure dominance over everything, and not just here in America. This is dominance over everything here, and you're willing to do whatever needs to be done in order to acquire this dominance. And that's what I'm seeing here in my cards for the presidency. So this Sun card here could go either way for Baby Orange Man. Now, I think what I will do at this point is I'm going to take a look at Joe Biden, and I'll probably break this video up so it's not so long. But right now, they are at such a point to where they're not sure who the best guy to bring them the outcome that they want is. Is it Biden or is it Baby Orange Man? That's where we are. But regardless, and here's the important thing, guys, please listen to me here. The most important thing that you just saw in this card reading today is not Baby Orange Man. The most important cards you just saw in this reading today are these right here, which is the outcome that the powers that be want is to control your emotions, control your thoughts, control what information you hear and see, and complete dominance. That is what this emperor represents. And they are willing to go to the ends and put their life on the line, put the planet on the line, put the country on the line to have dominating your emotions, dominating your thoughts, dominating your communication, to have the dominance. That is the most important thing I just told you today. Keep that in mind. That is what a small group of people around the world want, and definitely in this country wants, is pure dominance over the masses. And it is quite clear here to me. So this presidential election is not about just electing a president, because as we've seen with history, changing the face of who represents your country does not change on a large scale what gets done and what doesn't. We've learned that time and time again. And if you look at your history and the history of this country and the last 4 or 5 presidents, you will see that the path has been consistent. The path we have been on are continuous, non-stop conflicts around the world. Running up debt. Not wanting to take care of your own people. Putting money in the pockets of a few while starving the masses. As you know, when we had the Occupy movement, CEO pay was going out the window. All of those crooks that set up those schemes with the housing debacle, very few of them got any punishment at all, and the ones that did was very small. So regardless of who we put in that seat, look at the path we have been following. We are still following the same path, and that path is domination. So please don't forget that. Do your own research. Don't just take my word for it, but go back and do just a brief when the last 10, 15, 20 years and look at the history. How many conflicts, how many bubbles have burst, the dot-com bubble, the housing bubble. All of these different things every 4 to 7 years come, and who gets hurt when those bubbles happen? The regular people, the masses of people. But who gets rich? The tiny few, the ones that already are wealthy. So I ask you to take a look at what is going on, what has been going on, when you make a decision about who the president should or shouldn't be, and your effect on that. Because there is an agenda here. It's clear in these cards, and it's clear if you look at history. There is an agenda here. It moves a little differently between the faces we put as president, but the agenda is still the same. When you look at these matters, the agendas are still the same. So again, the most important thing I gave you here today is this roll cards right here. So with that being said, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. They are my opinion and my interpretation of the cards. You can take this information and do with it what you will. But I would like to say thank you for watching. I hope you have a great and enlightened day. And I will see you next time. So in between now and next time, I'm going to try to put together a reading on Mr. Biden and see how that comes out. And I will present that to you. And see how all of that works out. Because we got the sunshine for baby orange man. which, like I said, could be the light being shined on all of the stuff he's been doing in the back room and under the table. But at the same time, it could mean a new start for him. Whether or not that new start is positive or negative, we would have to continue to look at that. But I will be doing a reading on Joe Biden to see where he falls in this, just as I just did for 45. So thanks for watching, guys. Hello everybody, and welcome back. This is part 2 from the previous video. I did a reading on Baby Orange Man 45 to see if he would be the next president. Go back and take a look at that video so you'll know what I'm talking about, and then review this one. But I'm going to, in this one, I'm going to address Joe Biden. I'm going to use the same spread, the same information as I did for Baby Orange Man, and compare notes. So let's go to the cards and see what they have to say. Alright, so the question to the cards is, will Joe Biden be the next president of the United States? Not asking, will he win the election, because we know what happened in 2016. So I'm going to ask a question, will he be the next president? And we're going to do a past, present, and future on Uncle Joe. See how he fares. And like I said in a previous video that I did just a couple of minutes ago, I did Baby Orange Man. And he got the sun in his future, but in the detailed reading, there is so much deception going on and so much indecision going on that it's hard to tell whether that sun card is a new beginning in a positive light for him. Is it a new start in a positive light for him? Or is it the light shining on all of the foolishness and buffoonery that's been going on in his administration? So, with that being said, we should be able to compare notes between the two videos. What say you, card? Tell me past, present, and future for Joe Biden. Alright, let's see what this says to us here. Anything? In his past, he was the 7 of coins. And yes, I can see this as being his past. He put a lot of work in. The 7 of coins is the 7 of pentacles. You've done a lot of farming. You've put a lot of seeds in the ground. You want to see them come up. So you have put the work in. And you are waiting to see if what you invested in is going to have a return. That was in his past. So we know he did that because he's been in Congress forever. In his present situation, we have temperance. Right now, he is trying to figure out how much of this and how much of that do I need to stay balanced and to accomplish what it is I want to accomplish. That is his present situation, and I can see that because selecting Kamala Harris was definitely a balancing act. It was definitely a strategy. I don't think he wanted to select her, but it was a strategy. It was a strategic move. And in his future, we see the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is about stability, some major event. It represents structure and stability. So his future will be stable. There will be some big event that he's going to be celebrating. You can see that clearly here in the 4 of Wands. It's a celebration. It sometimes can represent a union, like a marriage, or some type of celebration for some event, like a bar mitzvah or a bar mitzvah or something like that. So this is a major event being celebrated. Now, we're going to put these down so that we can go further into his reading, just as we did with Baby Orange Man. Now, And we're going to use the same decks of cards that I used for each one. So, will Joe Biden be the next president of the United States? Will Joe Biden be the next president of the United States? Will Joe Biden be the next president of the United States? And like I said in the previous video about Baby Orange Man, there is so much back smoke filled room, strategizing and conjuring and mixing and deal making going on around this presidency that it makes my head spin, even in dealing with the cards. And it is just, there so many things are veiled, so many things that we don't know about that are going on. There are things that are tied to this election that we, the American people, are unaware of, and probably people around the world are unaware of. That's going on, but it's coming through clear to me in the cards that there is a lot of deception going on here. So what say you cards here about Joe Biden being the next president? Is he going to be the next president? Is he going to be the next president? All right, let's see what we got here. All right, at the heart of the matter, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is trying to hone your skills. You have been at this, and at this you have put the work in. And if you look here at his past, he has been making things. He's waiting for his money to come in. He's waiting for his investments to pay off. That's in his past. And here we have, right at the heart of the matter, I've put my work in, guys. I did what you told me to do. Now I'm waiting for my return on my investment. How did he get there? He made a lot of sacrifices, believe it or not. He voted and did some things that went against what he would have ordinarily done, believe it or not. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm just telling you what's coming to the card, through the cards here. He turned his back on some things that he had really put a lot of work in, that he did not want to turn his back on, but he had to go on and leave them behind. And if I remember correctly, I got the Eight of Cups also in Baby Orange Man's reading. And I'm trying to think, where was it? I can't remember what position. I'll have to go back, but I remember it was there. He had to leave some things behind because there was a new path being charted for him, just like it was for Baby Orange Man. I'll have to look and see what position that was. How else did he get there? Justice, law, the legal system, government helped him get there. Because this card can represent justice being given. It can also represent law, legal matters. So that helped him get there. So something dealing with the law or the government, and him leaving some stuff behind, helped him to get to this point of he's honing his skills. He's perfecting his skills here. Where is he headed now? I get this card just about every time I do a reading for Joe Biden and or Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Is this juggling, this back and forth, this not being sure? And here it is yet again. And what is the final outcome? 10 of Wands, which are burdens. So we have the Two of Cups juggling, trying to figure out what to do, how to come up with a plan to make this work, and it is going to be a burden. All right, so I'm going to ask for clarification on this Two of Pentacles and this Ten of Wands. All right, I'm asking for clarification on this Two of Pentacles, because we know what the Eight of Pentacles is. The Eight of Pentacles is him. He's been putting the work in. He's been putting the work in. He's invested a lot of money in a bunch of stuff, and he's wondering when is his payday coming. And I think this run for the presidency is his payback for a lot of things that he left behind in this Eight of Cups here back in the day when he didn't have to and really didn't want to. But I think this is his payday. This is going to help him, you know, secure his legacy, that he will go down in history as a president for all of the shit he did for them back in the day. This is his payback, because he had to leave some stuff behind and go the way that the law and the government wanted him to go. And so he's right here now. I put my work in. Now where's my payback? But he's still here. And again, in Baby Orange Man, I also believe I got the Two of Pentacles. They're not sure what to do. They're not sure which one of these candidates is going to give them the outcome that they want. Now for Uncle Joe here, we got that this going to be a hard road to hoe for him. The Ten of Wands. This is the burden card. But like I said, I want to get some clarity on this Two of Pentacles and this Ten of Wands. But we're going to ask for the Ten of Wands first. Clarify the Ten of Wands. Clarify the Ten of Wands. The Lovers. There is some kind of a coming together, probably back here in the past, that he made, that is making his life pure hell now in this outcome card. There is an agreement that he made. Now, unlike the Two of Cups, this is where he basically sold his soul. Because the Lovers means you come together as one, as in a marriage, as in a sexual relationship. You become one with whatever that other entity is. In the Two of Cups, it's two individuals using what they have and working together to create something. You still remain yourself while working with this entity in a partnership. This is a tight bonding. This is more like a bonding. So some kind of bond that he made with somebody back in the day is what's going to cause him this huge burden. What else do we have here? And the star, Lord have mercy, I got this card again. Oh goodness, I gotta pause for a minute here. Now, just about, I got this card earlier for him, and his burden is going to be, and I can't make it no more plain. I'm not going to second guess this. He made an agreement with somebody, and it wasn't just an agreement. He made a bond with somebody that basically he gave his own belief, his own way of thinking away to somebody else to join up with somebody. And this card is the Star card. Joe is sick. There is something wrong with him. He is trying to recover. He's trying to heal. He is sick and he is trying to recover, because I've gotten this card so many times for him or similar cards that deal with health issues. And he has suffered something and is trying to heal from it. It may be this relationship has caused him, this bond that he made has caused him to be sick. But these two things right here, health issues, and I'm just going to call it like I see it, health issues and this bond he made with somebody a long time ago is what is causing him, his outcome, to be the Ten of Wands. This still doesn't tell me he's going to be the president. It says it's going to be hard. So we got the Ten of Wands here, and the clarifier is it's going to be a burden for him because he is not well. He is not well, y'all. He's dealing with something serious, and I'm not sure when it's going to come out or if it will come out, but he's not doing well. And some bond or another is causing him to carry a heavy burden here. Okay, so now let's clarify this Two of Pentacles here. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Oh my. And we get the Three of Swords. So I asked for clarification on the Two of Pentacles, and I got the Three of Swords. And I think I got the same card for Baby Orange Man as well. The Three of Swords is sorrow, it's betrayal, it's things not turning out the way you hoped or the way you were told they were going to turn out. And things are being juggled to either keep this hidden from you or to keep you from finding out. One of the two. What else can you tell me about this Three of Swords? There's an Ace of Wands here. Yep, they are trying to hide this from him. Things are not going to go the way they promised. He put his work in back here with this Eight of Cups. He basically sold his soul to the government, to legislation, probably to the rule of law, the legislators, which is Congress. And they promised him that, keep honing your skills, and one day, you going in the record books. You might someday be president. And now that everything has jumped off, they're juggling, trying to figure out how he's going to get what they promised him. And it's going to be a heavy road for him to hoe to get there. And they know they are trying to creatively design something so that he can't see the betrayal that's getting ready to come upon him. So, based on what I'm seeing here, I know he is sick, and I have done readings on him before. I know he is sick. And it is quite clear to me here that he is in fact sick. He is very bad sick, y'all. And I hate to say that, which might in turn explain why I saw in a previous reading that Kamala Harris is going to be the next president. And I think right now, oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness. I think that might be why in the previous reading they are not sure who would be the best candidate, because Joe was supposed to be in there, but Joe is sicker than they thought he was. And somehow Kamala was selected to be his VP. And so they're trying to weigh up, should we keep Baby Orange Man? Or should we go ahead and select Joe? And then he possibly may not be able to finish out his term. That is what is going on right now. That's why they can't decide, because they're not sure that they can reach the outcome that they want, which in the previous video about Baby Orange Man 45, I asked about what is the outcome of the powers that be that that have the influence over the Electoral College. What is the outcome that they're looking for? Because in that reading, it indicated to me that they are trying to reach a certain outcome, and that's why they can't decide, or why it's so hazy about who the next president is going to be. And it's because Joe was selected. He chose Kamala as his VP. And now somehow it has come out how sick he really is. And the powers that be are not sure that Kamala will give them the outcome that they want. And the outcome that was indicated to me in the previous reading was that they want to be able to control how people feel, which was the King of Cups, how people feel, who they like, who they dislike, and it was also the King of Swords, which is how you communicate, what is communicated to you, how basically indoctrination. They are in control of what you learn, what you don't learn. And additionally, I got the card, oh goodness, I can't remember the other card. I'll have to watch the video again, but I know the two main, the Emperor was the third card. The Emperor, which is dominance, control. Being creative, but yet being in control of what is created. That was the Emperor. And then the last card that I got from that was the Two of Cups. It was, in fact, the Two of Cups. It sure was. Let me shuffle through my deck and make sure that's exactly what I saw. No, it wasn't. It was the Five of Swords. The final card that I got was the Five of Swords, because when you read the storyline, it says they wanted to control how you feel, who you like, who you don't like. They want to control what you read, what you hear, how you communicate, and they wanted complete dominance. And the final card was the Five of Swords, which said to me that they are willing to fight to the end. They were willing to win all of this at any cost. They don't care at what cost it cost them. They wanted dominance. And that was what was in the previous video. So it was the Five of Swords. So this is going to get interesting, guys. And again, whenever I read on this election, whenever I read on Joe Biden or Baby Orange, man, it is so much manipulation, so much veiled, so much unknown information, so many irons in the fire, so many cogs operating, that it is hard to determine what the outcome is going to be, because it is based on certain things falling into place at just the right time, is how they are going to determine who the president is. So here we go again, with the same thing. It's still too much going on to be able to clearly see. This might be a last minute thing, because as we know, it doesn't necessarily matter how many people vote for the president. It's the states that have the most electoral votes, and how those states decide at the Electoral College level for those folks to become president. And we've seen that happen over and over again. So when we saw this happen back under George W. Bush, when we saw this happen underneath him, we should have stopped it then. But now we've had it happen 2 times under him, And now we've seen it happen yet again under Baby Orange Man in 2016, and we did nothing. We allowed it to continue to go, and so now there has been a precedent set. So what do you do in this situation? Because it's been done before. And so, what do you do? What do you do? I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is what the cards show me, and this is what they've shown me. So these videos are for entertainment purposes only. They are my interpretation of the cards and my opinion. So I want to say thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great and enlightened day, and I will see you next time.